You're watching Truth versus Hype. We are here in Panipat in Haryana, where behind the shutters and inside homes are children at work, some as young as 7 to 8 years old. Now, just last week, Parliament passed a law which is meant to provide blanket protection against exploiting children as labor. But others say that actually the new law may have stripped away protection. Over the next 30 minutes, we investigate whether Parliament has made India's children safer or more vulnerable.
Child is holding a book in his hand.
On July 29th, a new child labour bill cleared. The government claims it's a breakthrough.
ये संशोधन ये बहुत बड़े हिस्टोरिक है.
Until now, children under 14 could work in factories as long as it was non-hazardous. Now, all child labour is banned. Until now, child labour laws didn't apply to those above 14. Now, adolescent children from 14 to 18 can work, but not in hazardous industries.
First of all, the aim of the government is not only control. We want total eradication of child labour in this country.
But the new law makes one concession. It allows children under 14 to help their families or relatives with work. A concession that was fiercely contested in and outside Parliament. But yet, it went through.
If this bill goes through, I think it's very unfair to the children of the country.
This clause 5 hits the basic conception of protecting the child labor.
This bill neither prohibits child labor, neither does it regulate child labor.
Close to 80% of child labour, some estimates, takes place within families or with relatives. Here in Narela, a resettlement colony in North Delhi, we meet 10-year-old Nasir, who helps his mother in filling bottles of chuna or chalk used in pan. तो नासिर बताइए आपकी क्या उम्र है? 10 साल की है. Not far away is Sanjay, 10 years old, helping his mother with her tea stall. संजू बताओ आपकी उम्र क्या है?
10.
क्या उम्र है आपकी?
15 होगा 15.
And then there is Anish, who claims he's 15 but appears much younger, who mans the family provisions shop. It's time-consuming work and pays not very much. तो कितनी कमाई हो जाती होगी रोज?
वही 300-400 रुपए हो जाते, 500 रुपए बस
एक दिन का?
हाँ जी, वो भी उतना नहीं होता है.
कहाँ कितना मिलता है? महीना में 1000 रुपया हो जाएगा, 1200 हो जाएगा.
ये करने के लिए क्या किस रेट से दिया जाता है?
3 रुपए किलो.
In the case of Nazir, the work carries an element of risk.
ठंड में ना चूना से हाथ कर लेते.
ठंड में हाथ से चूना? अच्छा. अच्छा. These children aren't unique. Almost every family has a similar story. ये क्या करते हैं? ये भी कुछ काम करते हैं कभी? क्या नाम है इसका? रोहित. क्या काम करते हो?
मेरे पापा काम करते हैं, उसमें हेल्प करते हैं.
But under the new law, all the work that they're doing is legal because it's after school hours and with family. क्या स्कूल से पहले बना लेता है?
हाँ,
और स्कूल के बाद भी?
हाँ जी, बना लेते हैं.
तो करीब कितना घंटा यहाँ बैठता है?
बैठ जाते हैं 2 घंटे 3 घंटे जैसे बैठ जाते हैं. टाइम मुझे नहीं लगता, मैं कहीं चले गए, तबीयत खराब हो गया तो बच्चे भी बैठ जाते हैं.
But it impacts their learning. बाबू यहाँ जब बैठते हो तो स्कूल का काम कैसे करते हो फिर?
स्कूल का काम हमने शाम को कर लेते हैं.
शाम को कर लेते हो? ये भी कर लेते हो, स्कूल का काम दोनों कर लेते हो? अच्छा. थक नहीं जाते क्या?
थक जाते हैं. तो रात को थोड़ा मालिश कर देता है शाम को. अच्छा. क्या करेंगे, बच्चे हैं तो करना पड़ते हैं ना.
तो फिर स्कूल का काम कैसे करते हो भाई?
काम बैठ कर कर लेते हैं.
यहीं पे बैठ के कर लेते हो?
गरीब को बच्चा गरीबी जगह काम करेगी.
क्या?
गरीब को बच्चा तो गरीबी जगह काम करेगी भैया.
Anuradha and Amar are activists working with children in Narela. मतलब हम देख रहे हैं कि वो अपना स्कूल भी जा रहे हैं. बिल्कुल. और अपना सेंटर का काम भी कर रहे हैं. दोनों कर रहे हैं. लेकिन क्या तब भी उनके काम पे, स्टडीज पे कुछ फर्क पड़ता है? प्रेशर पड़ता है?
बिल्कुल पड़ेगा. तो थक जाएंगे ना. कितने घंटे होगा उनके पास? 8-9 घंटे स्कूल, फिर वो काम, फिर होमवर्क. कहीं ना कहीं होमवर्क छूट जाता है. फिर उनका होमवर्क छूट जाता है. और उनका जो खेलने के टाइम में वो नहीं मिलता उनको.
We asked the minister why this exemption was brought in if it's going to ultimately end up legitimizing child labor.
Even in the family also, even if they employ, it will be crime. There will not be any employment, even child, even in the family enterprises.
But minister, when you say crime, you've actually permitted children to work with their families and relatives.
No, what is that? We have made a help only, not that an employment. Only he can help family after school hours. That means the inspection system will be there. Any child who is working in the family in the school hours, it will be a crime, it will be punishable.
We're joined by Shanta Sinha, senior child rights activist. Now, when the minister says that they've actually only permitted the children to help their families and not actually work with them, is that hair splitting?
I think that is trivializing the entire issue of exploitation of children under family circumstances. You know, it is not a benign help that he is talking about. It is about children working long hours, 5 to 6 hours after they come out of schools. Their backs break. We have seen children in Lucknow where they were in these embroidery industries. You know, their schools run on shifts, and in the afternoon girls go back to embroidery, their backs break, they can no more see, and they soon drop out of schools to become whole-time workers. At no time one is objecting to help. Even I want my children to help me in my house, but you don't need a law to say help a parent.
Moreover, work to school to work leaves very little room for play. खेलने वेलने का फिर वक्त नहीं मिलता है इसको?
सही है।
हाँ? कोई खेलने का टाइम नहीं बनता? बट आप जैसे हैं, दुकान संभालने के लिए और कोई नहीं है क्या?
नहीं, दुकान संभाल के एक बच्ची संभालती है, मैं भी रहती हूँ साथ में थोड़ा।
अच्छा।
और इसका पापा दूसरा कोई बेगारी काम करती बाहर में।
क्या काम करते हैं?
वही रेडी वुडी लगाती है।
Mr. Dattatreya, some say that for children to be well-rounded, they also need time to play.
Only very small period. Even I, in my childhood, I helped my mother, and I became a cricketer. I was playing kabaddi, I was carom and tennis. All these plays I have played. I don't think that any father and mother will do such type of crimes. See, child...
The minister claims that they've introduced new tougher penalties which will ensure parents will not be allowed to exploit their children. But these claims of a greater vigilance are unrealistic. This is the industrial area of Panipat in Haryana on the border with Delhi. Armed with a hidden camera, we accompany women from a local NGO that works to combat child labor to the thousands of informal units that dot this area. Most of them engaged in spinning yarn. In almost every one, we find children. In this one, a 9-year-old girl can be seen near the spindles. It's dangerous work. Working alongside her is her sister, not much older. This girl in another unit claims she's 15, though she appears much younger. Now, according to the new law, what we've just seen is illegal, but inspectors rarely make it here. If at all they do visit, their scrutiny is on formal units. But informal units of the kind we visited run into thousands more and fall outside the radar of inspections. We tried to contact the Panipat Labour Department but came up with not very much.
We are outside Panipat's Labour Department office, which is supposed to regulate and inspect the number of shops, factories and establishments to ensure that no children are employed here. The 6 inspectors that actually have to go to the field and inspect the factories could not come up with the number of total establishments that come under their jurisdiction for inspection, but they told us that they could only inspect about 308 factories in the last 2 years.
Out of which but in a survey in 2007, the activists we met gave us a sense of the scale of the number of units and children employed in them.
So basically, you bata rahe the that you surveyed almost 16,840 shops, 2,552 factories, out of which we calculated that almost 5,000 were working in Hazard and non-Hazard.
Across the country, data shows that the scrutiny of child labour by the government is coming down, not going up. Mr. Dattatreya, you say that there will be more scrutiny, but the data shows that the government's vigilance is actually coming down.
No, we are going to have a computer-based inspection, and every establishment under the EPF or ESIC, now we have been all registering them under the universal account number.
But sir, how will computers do inspections?
I am requesting that this law which we have made in the parliament, it should be, implementation is important rather than making the law. Apart from this,
the minister, as the interview progressed, appeared unsure, referring to prepared answers and documents that he was handed in the course of the interview.
We are also, this state governments, as I have already told you, that one minute.
In the end, the only explanation from the minister was that India's socio-economic context requires labour to be done by children on occasion.
See, India's economic and socio-economic situations, there are lot of, vocations are here. Lot of, areas where the family have small, businesses.
It is true that India's socio-economics might require a more nuanced approach to using children as wage earners. Narela, for instance, is a settlement at the bottom of Delhi's economic chain.
In many households, the mother and child are the only wage earners. तो और कोई कमाई का साधन भी है?
और कुछ नहीं है, आज कुछ नहीं है।
आप लोग सिर्फ यही चाय की टपरी चलाते हैं?
बस सही। आपके पति हैं? आदमी हार्ट अटैक आ गया ना, काम नहीं करते। अच्छा। घर में बैठे रहते हैं। तो सिर्फ आप? हाँ, मैं
यही है। तो आप यही काम करती हैं या और भी?
नहीं, मैं कुछ नहीं करता हूँ। तो अभी 4-5 महीने से मैं करने लगा, मैं नहीं करता।
अच्छा। आपके वो हैं पति हैं, वो क्या करते हैं? गार्ड की नौकरी। तो इससे थोड़ी एक्स्ट्रा कमाई हो जाती है।
और जो आपके बच्चे हैं वो भी करते हैं ये काम?
सिर्फ नाश्ते कर रहे हैं?
बस नहीं, वो लड़के लोग भी ढक्कन लगा लेते हैं।
Shanta Sinha, what do you make of this argument that India's economic realities require children to work and do labour with their families?
I think it is rubbish, sheer rubbish. First of all, I would counter that by saying that children have rights. Children have right not to be exploited. Children have as equal rights as your child and my child has. While this would be a very moral argument, I think the practical argument would be that we know that poor parents want to send their children to school. They are making enormous sacrifices to send their children to school, and in fact there is full evidence even through the government's own programs of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan and other programs that showed that 99% of our children are enrolled in schools.
Now, even if the laws were enforced, it may not be the most elegant solution. From time to time we do see the police conducting raids and rescuing children, like these visuals that we filmed in Andhra Pradesh in July of this year. But quite often the rescued children end up back as child labour, because while the child labour laws may have become tougher, little has been done to fix India's broken public school system. This is the state of government schools in Panipat and Narela. Children milling around in corridors, no teachers in sight. The teachers only spring into action when they saw our cameras. As for the state of the toilets the less said, the better.
The poor state of public education system in India can be clearly understood through data on school attendance and dropout rates, which remain worryingly high. Close to 30% of school kids do not attend school, and dropout rates jump from 4% for primary school kids to approximately 18% for high school goers.
A more nuanced solution to child labour in India is not hard to find. In a classroom run by an NGO in Panipat, crammed with children. Almost everyone here has worked or continues to work with families or in factories.
मैं जी पंखे का काम करता हूँ और सीखता हूँ, दोनों ही करता हूँ।
क्या करते हैं?
हम घर में ही करते हैं, मशीन चलाते हैं पायदान।
मशीन चलाते हैं?
हाँ।
अच्छा।
पायदान बनाते हैं।
अच्छा, आप?
मैं घर पे चादर बांधती हूँ।
अच्छा, चादर बांधती हैं?
हाँ जी।
आप?
हम मशीन चलाते हैं पायदान।
But they are here because their parents and their employers have been convinced of the merits of a good education.
इस मोटिवेशन से वो अपने किड्स को यहाँ भेजने लगे और आने लगे वो।
दूसरा जो इसमें सबसे बड़ा स्टेक होल्डर गार्जियन के साथ साथ फैक्ट्री ओनर्स भी थे।
अच्छा।
क्योंकि फैक्ट्री ओनर्स बच्चों को छोड़ने के लिए तैयार नहीं, तो हमें पेरेंट्स के साथ साथ फैक्ट्री ओनर्स से भी बात करनी पड़ी और थोड़ा सा समझाना, थोड़ा सा सरकारी दबाव, थोड़ा सा वो जो प्रेशर नहीं होता है, उसके बाद वो बच्चों को 4 घंटे के लिए रिलीव करने के लिए तैयार हुए। और शुरुआती दौर में हमने ये नहीं कहा कि हम काम बंद करवाना चाहते हैं, हम ये बोले कि वो उनकी जीविका के और अच्छे साधन मिल जाएंगे अगर वो पढ़ाई कर लें।
ये क्या सीख रही हैं आप यहाँ पे?
More importantly, they offered alternatives here.
क्या आगे जाके क्या बनना चाहते हैं, कुछ सोचा है?
जी पार्लर करेंगे जी।
पार्लर का काम?
हाँ जी।
आप?
हम जी ब्यूटी पार्लर ही खोलेंगे।
ब्यूटी पार्लर खोलेंगे?
The great irony is that there is a government scheme at national scale meant to do exactly this, gradually wean away children from labour using a network of NGOs.
In Panipat, under support from the Labour Ministry's National Child Labour Scheme, NGOs ran close to 62 schools in the district. Today, there are none.
और अब कितने बचे?
अब बिल्कुल नहीं चल रहे हैं,
बंद हो गए सब।
बंद हो गए।
मेन प्रॉब्लम फंडिंग। गवर्नमेंट की फंडिंग जो है वो रेगुलर नहीं रही और अभी डिस्ट्रिक्ट
पेमेंट्स डिले होते थे।
पेमेंट्स डिले हो रहे हैं और गवर्नमेंट के पास पुराना बकाया बहुत ज्यादा हो गया।
कितना आपके ऊपर खुद कितना बकाया?
करीब हम लोगों के ऊपर 1.4 करोड़ रुपए टीचर्स
को सैलरीज देने हैं, सिर्फ सैलरी
सिर्फ सैलरीज का बैकलॉग
कितना है?
The delayed payments might be the least of the problems. The government has cut short the money allocated to the National Child Labour Project by a massive 67%, from 137.25 crores in 2011 to a mere 45 crores in 2014.
Minister, isn't this worrying that the funds for the National Child Labour Scheme is actually coming down?
Here, a rehabilitation fund is separately now this time has kept in view. All the either the penalty amounts or the contribution of the state government for every child liberated will be 15,000. So this will be a separate rehabilitation fund.
It seems that there has been something very suspicious that has happened to change the entire discourse from children's right to education to protecting some vested interest. In fact, all the labor intensive work that was earlier done in garages have now shifted to the families, and I think these agencies, these industries, could be national, could be multinational, do stand to gain by this particular provision which says that children may work before and after school hours.
Mr. Dattatreya, what do you make of this allegation that vested interest is really what led to you putting in that loophole, allowing children to work with their families? What was the real reason for this particular exemption?
In India, a lot of traditional vocations or processes are there. So, in which child automatically will learn the skills.
There is a case to be made for children to follow a family profession in the case of handicrafts or handlooms, dying traditions that need to be kept alive. But even so, there's no need to make it legally binding. Children of underprivileged should have the same choice as their more affluent counterparts. Most of them are hungry to break out.
आगे जाके आप लोग क्या बनना चाहते हो? कुछ सोचा है?
इंजीनियर।
लेकिन अभी तो आप कुछ और कर रहे हैं।
पेट के लिए तो हर किसी को काम करना पड़ा।
It's for the government to ensure that legalizing work doesn't chain these children to their station in society.
मैं टीचर बनना चाहती हूँ।
टीचर बनना चाहती हैं?
हाँ।
आगे जाके क्या बनना है? कुछ सोचा है? क्या?
डॉक्टर।
डॉक्टर बनेंगे? बहुत अच्छी बात है। डॉक्टर क्यों बनना चाहते हो भाई?
सबका इलाज करना।
For all their lack of privilege, it is easy to find the flash of potential, the glimmer of hope when this boy describes a startling ambition.
आप भाईजान क्या बनना चाहते हैं? कुछ सोचा है?
मैंने जी?
हाँ।
मैं जो बड़ा होकर डांसर बनना चाहता हूँ।
हैं?
डांसर।
डांसर बनना चाहते हैं? बहुत अच्छी बात है।
Or when Sanjay, manning a tea stall, is egged on to show off his poetry skills.
बापू हमारे आँखों के तारे छोड़ चले हमें किसी के सहारे। जब बापू को गोली लगी थी सारी दुनिया रोने लगी थी। बापू हमारे आँखों के तारे छोड़ चले हमें किसके सहारे।
वाह क्या बात है। तालियां भैया।